But first, controversy brewing over a Tuscaloosa County employee facing numerous criminal charges. Director of Tuscaloosa County's Community Corrections Program, Louis Daniel Boisseau, now at the center of that conversation.
And today, a county commissioner called for Boisseau to be removed from his position. According to the Tuscaloosa County District Attorney's Office, Boisseau is charged with attempted sodomy, sex abuse, using an official position for personal gain, and extortion. Today, County Commissioner Don Wallace called for a vote to remove Boisseau from his position, but no one would make a motion to second his call, so the motion fell. Tuscaloosa County Probate Judge Hardy McCollum says this was not the proper forum for that type of vote.
There will be a hearing. He's afforded certain rights that all civil service employees are afforded, and he'll go through that process once the investigation's completed, and appropriate action will be taken at that time.
I felt like we have a leadership problem there, and we had a leadership problem there with that office, regardless of what's going on, and I felt like we needed to make a change. And I think, you've got to terminate the position and look to hire somebody else or change the program altogether.
And Commissioner Wallace also told WVUA he believes there have been other problems inside that program for several years, including losing around $879,000.
Many questions surround Alabama's new immigration law. Some of those questions are being asked by police. WVUA's Travis Leader takes you inside a Tuscaloosa Police Department training session to see how officers are training to enforce the law.
Because we're going to have to be changing this as
the Tuscaloosa Police Department is training its officers how to enforce the new immigration law. Captain Randy Vaughn stresses officers to only target those who have already broke a law.
The only thing that this this law targets are going to be those that are going out and violating the law, either through traffic accidents, through criminal offenses, criminal detentions for any kind of reason like that.
According to Vaughn, drivers need to have a valid license or they could land in hot water.
If we stop you and we're unable to verify your status or verify that, not your status, but verify that you have a valid driver's license, we have to deliver you to a magistrate, which means that we have to take you into custody at the scene and we have to deliver you to a magistrate.
And you may even see jail time.
In the evening time or night time, if a magistrate's not on duty, that means that you have to be detained at the jail until a magistrate comes on duty.
Vaughn says it is up to each individual officer to correctly enforce the new law.
We're going to do our due diligence in making sure that we enforce this law. It may be a lot of extra work on them, but again, they're professionals and they're going to take it as it comes along.
Vaughn says they will have 8 more training sessions to make sure Tuscaloosa Police fully understands the immigration law. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
Vaughn says he expects police to inform other TPD officers on the proper way to enforce the law until they have their training session. He also says it's crucial for officers to protect people's civil liberties.
Meanwhile, Tuscaloosa County has made an easy transition into the new immigration law. The county has been preparing in case the law passed for several months. Tuscaloosa County License Commissioner Jeff Brown says it's all because of the ALD Verify system. That system is a web-based system. It links the state's vehicle and driver's license databases to quickly check for citizenship. Brown also says some business owners will have to prove their citizenship before obtaining their business license.
Unless a business is a corporation or an LLC or an LLP, they have to provide proof of citizenship. And without that, I will not grant them or issue them a business license in Tuscaloosa County.
And Brown says the county started preparing for the law back in September.
Scary moments for a Brookwood miner today when a wall collapsed on him. According to Dennis Hall from Jim Walter Resources, it happened just before 7 a.m. at the Highway 59 surface mine. That is off Lock 17 Road in Tuscaloosa County. Hall says a crew of miners were working on the mine when a wall of material collapsed. The miner got out of his truck. That's when a second collapse of material fell, burying him and his truck. A pair of miners there on the site pulled him free. Hall says the miner is in his 60s. He was not seriously injured, but he was airlifted to the hospital as a precaution. State and federal officials are now investigating the collapse. The mine will be closed until that investigation is complete.
Civil rights leader, the Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth, has died. He died this morning in Birmingham. Shuttlesworth co-founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. He was a target of a bombing attack, beatings, and was repeatedly arrested during the struggle for civil rights. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once called Shuttlesworth the most courageous civil rights leader in the South. Shuttlesworth is among those honored in the International Civil Rights Walk of Fame in Atlanta. He was 89 years old.
Tornado cleanup continues all across Tuscaloosa County, and now the county is asking for the city's help. Tuscaloosa County Probate Judge Hardy McCollum says we're at the end of the road as far as removing damaged properties and debris. McCollum also says county leaders have been talking to the city of Tuscaloosa, asking for help with the demolition process. The reason? Most of the homes are in the police jurisdiction of Tuscaloosa. McCollum says the city agreed to assist and would provide an inspector to make sure the homes are uninhabitable and are not able to be built back.
The Tuscaloosa Police Department's duty is to protect and help residents in the Tuscaloosa area. But today, the police were given some help. ZF Limforder Corporation donated a King Ranch Ford F-450 to the police department. The TPD will use the truck to pull the mobile command center. ZF used the truck in the months after the April tornado for disaster relief. A ceremony was held this morning in front of ZF Limforder. ZF's Billy Patton says this donation will help the Tuscaloosa Police Department's fleet.